What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the common mistakes aircraft maintenance engineer apprentices make when studying for their license exam. For you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Peter. I'm a licensed aircraft maintenance engineer and I have hundreds of videos regarding aircraft maintenance engineer. So if you need some information regarding aircraft maintenance engineer, please do not forget to check out those videos. So what are the common mistakes new aircraft maintenance engineer apprentices make when studying for their exam? When it comes to the AME exam, right? When it comes to the AME exam, there are two candidates for the AME exam. The first candidate, we're gonna say candidate 1, and we have candidate 2, right? The first candidates are people that graduate with accreditation. So first candidate, they have accreditation, and candidate 2 are people that don't have, so not accreditation. I'm sorry guys, my handwriting is not the best, but I'm gonna try to do my best here. All right, so first candidate are people that have accreditation. And what do I mean by accreditation, right? So when you're in school, there's something you have to do, right? You have to make sure you pass all your courses 70% and above. So if you pass all your courses 70% and above, you are going to graduate with accreditation. And if you don't pass your subject without accreditation, if you don't pass your subject 70% and above, you don't have accreditation. And what are the advantages of having accreditation and non-accreditation, right? If you have accreditation, you just gotta write one exam, and it's called CARS for AME. This is a regulation exam, and if you don't have accreditation, you gotta write 4 exams, right? For this video, I'm going to be focused more on people that have accreditation, so people that just gotta write the CARS exam, right? Maybe another day I'm going to talk about people that don't have accreditation, people that are trying to write the 4 exams, right? So what are the most common mistakes I see new apprentices make when studying for this exam? And these are mistakes I made personally when I was studying for my exam. The first one I'm going to talk about is, number 1, thinking the exam is easy. Guys, this is probably the biggest mistake I see a lot of people make, and this is something I almost made, man. I'm being serious. Guys, the Canadian regulation exam, the CARS exam, it's not a hard exam, and I'm being honest with you, but it's also not an easy exam. Without preparation and strategies, you can't pass this exam. And I'm just being honest, right? I'll give you guys a quick story, right? When I was studying for my exam a couple years ago, right? I'm always this type of person. I like to get information from people that have past experience with something. So I spoke with licensed guys. I spoke to them like, hey, how was the exam? What was your experience? Man, I guarantee you, all these guys were telling me, oh, Peter, it's an easy exam. You don't have to study that hard. When I was doing my exam, all I did was study for 1 day and I passed. Blase, blase. I'm telling you guys, without preparation and strategy, you're not going to pass that exam. And guys, I have helped people how that have tried to do this exam. I helped a couple guys, I actually helped 2 guys this year to pass this exam. So if you had writing your CARS exam, you need someone to guide you through, you need someone to show you some strategies, you need someone to show you on topics to focus on. This is something I help guys with, and if you need that help, click the link below and let me see how I can help you out. All right, so without preparation and strategy, this exam is not that easy. And I'm being honest with you guys, right? A lot of people are going to tell you, you're going to hear a lot of stories from people saying, oh no, the exam is so easy, all you got to do is study for 1 day. I'm here to tell you, this is someone that did the exam. I did it once. Luckily, I passed with like 85%. That's pretty high. But yeah, without preparation and strategy, right, it's not going to be easy to pass the exam. This is the first mistake I see people make when studying for this exam, right? The second one I'm going to talk about is, and guys, I have my notepad here, so I'm going to be looking at my notepad. Number 2, cramming instead of understanding. Guys, this is another mistake I see people make, right? The reason why cramming does not work on this regulation exam, the reason why cramming does not work on this CARS exam is because it's a regulation exam, right? You got to understand the regulation, and people that have had experience from doing this exam can verify. This exam, there's a lot of parts, right? There's a lot of parts. There's a lot of AWM, hair, worthiness, right? And there's a lot of standard, right? And without you understanding the difference, right? Actually understanding, man, I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be easy. And that is because you can see, if you check the CARS book, right? You're going to notice, you're going to see something like CARS, let's say CARS, what? 571, and you have standard 571. Let's use it for example, right? And you'll be like, Peter, what's the difference? There's a huge difference between these. CARS 571, and I might be wrong. I think is it 571? I'm not sure. But anyways, 571 is for regulation for AME, right? So all the regulations regarding aircraft maintenance engineering license, CARS 571. And the standard for aircraft maintenance engineering license is standard or AWM 571. And you can see why cramming does not work here. You got to understand. You got to understand the difference. You know, and you're going to see examples like this in the CARS book. So this is another mistake I see people make when they study for this exam. You know, they feel like you can just study for one day and cram everything. Guys, it does not work. You got to be able to read that exam. You got to be able to read that preparation textbook, which I'm going to show you guys some recommendation. You got to be able to read that textbook and also understand it. The last mistake I see people make, right, and this is something I made when I was writing my exam, right, and that's the reason why I didn't get 90%, right. The last mistake I see people make, so number 3, time management. This is another mistake I see people make. This is some mistake I actually made when studying for my exam, right? I remember when I did my exam, I like to use personal stories. I remember when I did my exam, it was like 50 questions, and we had like, what was it, 60 minutes, an hour to answer 60 questions. I remember back then I was just focused on, whenever I don't know a question, right, or I'm confused about a question, I try to get that right, try to get the answer for that question. But whenever you're writing the exam, you have options to bookmark. So you can actually bookmark questions and come back to it, right? So you can bookmark the questions. If you're not sure, you can come back to it. But me, I did not use those tools. Those tools were available, but I did not use it. Whenever I was not sure about a question, I tried to find the answer for that question, and that's why I did not finish the exam. But luckily, because I did pretty good with the other questions, right, that's why I got like 85%. If I had finished the whole question, I would have gotten like probably 95 or 96%, right? So this is the last mistake I see people actually. A subscriber of mine that just finished his CARS exam like a couple months ago, he was telling me how, you know, like he had to, like he told me from his experience, it's the same thing I told him, like, bro, if you don't understand something, leave it and go back to it. He was like, man, Peter, that really helped me out a lot, because there were a couple questions I was confused about, right? And I left it, came back to it, and once I came back to it, it became more fresh to me, right? So those are the 3 mistakes I see new aircraft maintenance engineer apprentices make when studying for this exam, right? And guys, this topic is more focused on the CARS exam, right? And these are people that have accreditation, meaning you graduate with 70%, The next video I'm going to talk about people that are going to write those 4 exams, and I'm going to explain more about those 4 exams, right? For you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Peter. Like I said, I'm a licensed aircraft maintenance engineer. If you're trying to write your car's exam and you need someone to guide you through, you need someone to show you, yes, it's not that hard or it's not easy, but you need someone to tell you from experience what to expect. And also, I have a website, right? I have a website whereby I have hundreds of questions. So if you need someone to guide you through, you need someone to show you from experience the type of questions they ask, so you don't have to waste time reading all those pages. Click the link below. Let me see how I can help you. You can book a consultation. Let me see how I can help you, all right? For you guys that are new to my channel and you find my video informative, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.